Hi there, it's Glamma
and Grumpa,
and today we're going to test using a crayon for emergency if you don't have a candle. It is currently 4:49 in the afternoon, and we're going to see how long the candle burns for if we can. They say just put it on a plate or in a glass. We thought it would be safer on the plate. There's nothing around it, so we should be good. Grumpa, go ahead and light your crayon candle.
Yay.
Now, for safety's sake, I think it would make sense to burn a little wax on the plate.
How
about getting the candle, getting the crayon to actually light?
It's dripping, so no.
Okay, so this seems a little bizarre to me because, well, it's not lit, Grandpa. Stop that.
Okay. Well,
okay, so test number 1. Okay, we just tried that. Nothing happened. Let's reset. And Grandpa's
having trouble.
One more time.
These are really crappy crayons, so that might be the issue too. The one we looked at was Crayola.
We were told Crayola crayons. This is in fact a cheap knockoff crayon. Probably bought at the dollar store. Give it one more try. Well, I don't think you can hold that light any closer to that crayon.
Okay,
so let's try one more with a second crayon and see if in fact he can get it to light. Seems very bizarre to me, but I think it's the paper that you have to light. And the wax should just keep the paper burning. Like, that would make sense to me. But don't waste the whole... There we go.
There you go.
So, try getting that on the plate without burning yourself, Grumpa. So, there we have the paper.
Get that one out of the way.
Okay, so the paper on the candle is lit. It is 4:52. It is lit. Let's see how long it lasts. It is now 4:53 in the afternoon. And the candle has been going for just a couple of minutes. It's now 4:56. And to me, it looks like it's starting to burn out a little. It's also smoking. It's now 4:57. And as you can see, we've got a candle that's barely even smoldering now. I turned out the light in the kitchen, hoping that maybe that would help you see it. But as far as I can see, it's just kind of smoking. It's not giving off any light, so it's not going to be really useful if you're trying to fumble around in the dark. What do you think, Grandpa?
Well, I think the crappy crayons are a fail. We were going to give it a meh, because, you know, we did have a little light for a little while, but this looks like it's a fail.
5 minutes, I don't think, is long enough. We're going to come back and try it again, perhaps with some actual Crayola crayons. We're thinking that perhaps it's a better quality of wax, or maybe it's better paper. But this is Crayon as a Candle Hack 1 with a no-name, cheapo crayon. And as far as we're concerned, it's a fail. Part 2. Grumpa's now trying the green candle again to see if perhaps... Oh, he's got it lit. That's a start. Let's get it on the plate. It's now on the plate. We can kind of see it burning there. It's got a really nice flame going. And this one was almost a full crayon. We'll see how long this crayon lasts. The green candle, we did manage to get it lit at 5 o'clock. And it's starting to peter a little bit. It's now 5:02. I turned the light out in the kitchen so that you could get a better idea of the flame at the end of the crayon. But this one too seems to be faltering. Oh, as soon as I said that, here we go. We're back to a nice solid flame. You'll see it's quite a tall flame for a little candle. And if you're going to use this in the case of an emergency, I don't think a plate is really safe. Okay, it's actually getting quite tall. It's not, there, that's a little more solid burn. It seems to flicker a lot. We made a point of turning off the fan in the room and trying to make sure that we don't have anything that's actually causing it an issue. I've now turned the camera around to see if that will give you a better idea of how it's actually burning. Still standing on the plate. It's currently 5:03. And every so often it falters a little and then it seems to go back to being a steady burn. You know, because it's a cheaper candle, it could just be the actual paper that's wrapped around it.
It's got to do with the wax content.
And the probably the type of wax that they use.
Well, maybe we'll try one when it's really dark.
Yeah, we'll definitely try one when it's really dark with one of these cheaper crayons. And then we're going to have to go out and get some actual Crayola crayons to see what the difference is. Is there a difference in the wax composition? Is that what's going to give you a better burn? And I think, based on the candle companies that I've used, things like Party Light and Yankee Candle, that it does make a difference, the type of wax that they use around the candle wick. Now, in fact, with a crayon, you don't have a wick. It's just the paper that's burning. And you can see in just this time, this one seems to have given us a little more in the way of a burn. But it gets a little flamey every so often. I'm going to move the camera just a little so you get an idea of the height of that flame. And it was in fact a full crayon. 5:05. Well, right off the top of my head, I'm going to say, based on what one of the sites we saw said that these will burn for hours, meh, great big fail.
No.
There's no way that's going to burn for hours.
Another hack we found said Crayola will burn for 30 minutes, so we'll get some Crayola and we'll try them too.
Absolutely.
But for now, we're just going to deal with the little crappy candle, and it's working.
Crayon. Crappy crayon,
Oh,
Grumpa.
crappy crayon.
He's older, he gets confused.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to let it go for a little while. We'll turn it off and we'll be back when it gets a little lower.
It's currently 5:06. See you soon. It's 5:07. It's Glamma here. And I wanted to say, this crayon hack is only good, I believe, in case of a real emergency. You should always have at least dollar store emergency candles on hand. But if you don't, this is a good backup for, well, at the rate this is going, I'm going to say for maybe 5 to 10 minutes. As I said, it's now 5:08. We'll be back. All right. It's 10 minutes after 5. You can see the crayon as candle is still burning. It's not quite as bright or as large a light. I love it. Every time I say that, it goes back looking better as a candle. It doesn't want to let us down. We'll be back. So here we are at 5:12, and like the other candle, this one is starting to smoke. And it smells yucky. Ugh, burning paper and crayon wax. Not at all appealing. So here we are, 5:13, and starting to get a little smoky in here. There's more and more smoke from the top of the candle. It's the debris of what's left of whatever's in the wax and the burnt paper. And I'm wondering if maybe that's what the difference is between a cheap crayon and a Crayola. Crayola may not have as much residue. And poor old Grumpa
Starting to get
is
really
choking
yucky in here.
because
So,
it's really, really smoky.
so
so-
these might not be a good idea.
This is not good for your lungs. It is now 5:14, and I'm going to consider this a mini pass if you have absolutely no other option for light in a blackout. But I'm going to suggest that it's only good for 5 to 7 minutes.
Yeah, because it really stinks in this kitchen right now.
It's smoky, smoky, smoky. This is Hack's Library. I'm Glamma.
I'm Grumpa.
And this is a minimal pass.
Yeah.
But we'll try it again with a Crayola.
Yeah. It's a meh.
Of course.
See you soon.
Grumpa says meh.